It all started at 18 months of age. Hayden got the MMR vaccination and the flu shot on the same day, and he very quickly went downhill from there. 2 days after the vaccination, he was in the pediatric ICU. He wasn't breathing well, he was running a high fever, he became very lethargic. He was very close to having to be put on mechanical ventilation. He was a sick kid. And we spent about a week at that hospital, and he got better and we came home, and he just wasn't right after that. 2 days after, when we were hospitalized, that was the last time he talked for 2.5 years. Initially, they felt that he just had a sensory processing disorder. Hayden started jumping off counters, but he lost all the words that he had. He lost all his eye contact. He no longer responded to his name. He no longer wanted me to touch him. And then he started screaming all day and night. 90% of the day the child screamed. It was in physical pain. They thought he was having seizures. We didn't know what was going on. Nobody seemed to know. And then at 2.5, when he was diagnosed, it was autism. He had all the classic signs. So his physician told me that he will probably never speak. He will never have friends. She asked if I wanted to medicate him, and told that he would probably need to be put in an institution when he got older because he'd be too hard to care for. And that was it. I actually had been reading about the gluten and casein-free diet, and my son had all the symptoms of needing that diet. He had constipation, he would act drunk, he would screech and shake his head and flap his arms and just really, really hyper. So we started that, and his behavior improved. He started to sleep a little bit more, and the screaming went down a little bit with that. And that was the biggest help. That's what brought his first word back, which was mom, which was also his first word when he was a baby, so that was pretty exciting. When we first started out with helping Hayden, what we did was the early intervention program that was in our state, and it's called First Steps, and he got occupational therapy, speech therapy, and developmental therapy, 1 hour, 1 time a week for all of those therapies. When Hayden turned 3, they aged into the public school system for therapy in our state, and I had looked at different options for what to do with Hayden or where to send him to help him the most. Visited 13 different schools, and nothing felt like a good fit for us. I wanted my son loved and respected and cared for. I didn't want him just to be manhandled and trained. I didn't want to just drop him off somewhere and say, "Here, fix my child." I felt like I'm his mom. He responds to me the most. Why should I not be involved? The grant from the Oxford Foundation has made it possible for us to come and do the hard chamber hyperbaric treatments for him. Right away when we got home, we noticed that Hayden was just choosing to do things so much more independently on his own. He became very self-sufficient. He wanted to pick out his own clothes. He no longer wanted mommy just to sit his clothes out and have him get dressed. He went and brushed his teeth without being prompted. He just was mature. He's become more self-sufficient with things. He's become more social. He's actually going to school now where he wasn't before. The progress that we have seen in this short amount of time would not have been possible without the help from the foundation. Thank you for your generous donation. The money that you donated helped make my son's life a little bit brighter and helped recover him from autism. Can you blow a kiss? And wave bye-bye.
Bye.